everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Mic. And today I'm here with another special guest. Am I introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Clifford. Clifford Reeves. I go by Clifford.
All right. So for those of you who haven't heard your Just Taco Gabe interview, tell us about yourself.
So I'm a singer-songwriter, music producer. I started making music. Well, I've played music ever since I was about 9, but I started making teaching myself how to produce a few years ago and getting really serious about it a few years ago. And yeah, just currently independent artist. And just trying to get myself out there and work with other artists like myself, and yeah, just get myself out there.
Right. So what made you want to become a musician?
um I think about when I think about whenever somebody asks me that, I think about when I a few years ago when I realized that I really wanted to commit to music. I I was actually watching a YouTube video of Chris Martin from Coldplay, and he was playing an acoustic version of their song Everglow, and it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's just I don't know what it was. I love that song, and I was watching it, and I just kind of like had this realization, this like daunting but also relieving feeling that my calling was to pursue music. And I had done music for years, mind you. Like I said, I've done music since I was 9. But it I never it wasn't that I took it for granted. It was just that I just kind of it was just the thing that I did,
Right.
as opposed to it wasn't something that I felt like I was going to pursue career wise. And then it was like a build up, and I was trying to just figure myself out what I really wanted to do in life in general, career wise and stuff. And then it was like during that time I just happened to watch this video, and I just literally like broke down crying. And I was like, it was just this crazy realization that I wanted to do music. So it was a build up over since I was really young, and it was a real then ultimately a realization moment. But that's how I got into music.
Right. So basically blame Coldplay.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
totally.
Got
Blame
it.
you, Chris Martin.
Right. So you were on the podcast a couple months back. What have you been up to since then?
Just just still making more music as much as I can. That was when I released Mariana. That was September or October of 2022.
Yeah.
Since then, I released Deja Vu on all platforms. That was in February, and then I've been releasing within the past, like, I have to remind myself how short a time it's been. It's been within about the past 2 months. I've released 4 songs just on SoundCloud, on my SoundCloud alone. And that there's a collaborations with Jerome Braley, who is he's a Grammy winner, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, and he was the drummer, top 50 drummers of all time, or top 100 or top 50 drummers of all time. And he was the drummer in Parliament and Mutiny, and he was actually a family friend. Long story short, a family friend of my parents from back
Oh,
in the
wow.
'80s. From back in the '80s, and like he was dating he one of my mom's girlfriends back in the '80s was dating him, and that's how my parents met him. All the way back then, they were hanging out in D.C. and back then, and then fast forward, they hadn't spoken to him for decades, I don't think. And then, it kind of just reconnected with him, and that, you know, now I'm making music with him, and he's really just opened so many doors to me, and just he's been a mentor. Not only has he opened doors to me, he's been a mentor. He's been actively helping me in my career as well. So that's just an amazing, just I can't thank him enough for that. But that's what I've been working on right now. Currently, I'm making a lot of music with him. So
Right. Now, actually, speaking of your music, where do you find your inspiration when you're writing it?
um so it really depends. A lot of times it's personal feelings, but like a lot of times I write a lot of love songs, and and I also will write songs that are kind of empowerment songs. Just comes from me, how I'm feeling in the moment. I walk in, and I just, if I feel like I want to express myself in empowerment sort of way. I always try to give something to the listener, though. I always try to make it so it's not just about me. I actively think about when I'm writing lyrics, for example. I try to make it so that anybody can relate. I'm a big advocate for DEIA, and I like to just the main one of my main goals for making music was just to try to make it so it's accessible and relatable to as many people as possible. So that's why that's where my inspiration comes from. It's that it could be current events. Um, it runs the gambit.
Right, right. So you just said you make music for like other people, not just for yourself. But I still gotta ask, of all the songs that you've made, which would you say is your personal favorite?
um, I would say probably my song 3 a.m. is one that I'm really proud of for not only because I find that a lot of people enjoy that song, everybody, whoever I play that song for, they tend to enjoy it. But it's also that my sisters actually, there are some female operatic vocals in there that my sister sang, and she used to sing opera in through high school and college, and she has an amazing voice. And so whenever I have an opportunity to be able to get her in a song that I feel like would fit for her voice, because it's just a beautiful soprano one, operatic voice. I try to get her in a song, and but 3 a.m. is probably my favorite, just because it has that having that family connection in one of those songs, as well as it being a song that everybody seems to enjoy, is really special to me.
Right. Now, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be and why?
Um, I would love to collaborate with Stromae. He's a Belgian artist. His music is just really diverse. It's very especially his last album was just amazing. Has a lot of diversity in sounds, but also I think that he has a lot of emphasis on rhythm, which
Mhm.
I try to do in my music as well. So I feel like musically we could combine heads really well.
Right, that's always nice when you can have someone like you can like work with easily.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely, absolutely.
So you make all this geez, I cannot talk. You make all these songs, right? You do all these things. What is your favorite part about all of that?
I think it's just being creative in general, like starting from nothing and creating something that has never been made before. There's like a feeling that is just inexplicable. Like it doesn't compare to anything I've ever experienced as a human being, where you can create, it's like a satisfaction that is just like unmatched. It's what makes you do it. It's what makes you do it for nothing. It's like just such a passion thing that just kind of that comes out of you, and it's really, I like it because it's a challenge. It's really hard, and that's what keeps me interested in it too. I like challenges. I like I love being able to express myself. It makes that from a personal level, it makes me feel good. But I also like to, when I write, like I said, I try to incorporate, like make it so it's relatable to everyone. And so when I write lyrics, I try not to write them selfishly. It's more of like I try to explain a concept, right? That would hopefully be resonate with others. So it's kind of like it's almost like a psychological thing for myself. It helps me to express myself, get out what I'm thinking, and also just have a lot of pride in something, and the fact that you just created something from nothing. It's just extremely rewarding in many ways. So that's probably my favorite part, just being the creating things.
Okay. Now, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Anywhere in the world, I'm
Yep.
not. I would. I've never been to the Caribbean. I've always wanted to go to the Caribbean, just anywhere. Like just because I've just never been there, and that's like a classic answer. I mean, I don't know who
Right.
wouldn't want to
Who
go to the
wouldn't want to go
Caribbean,
there? Yeah.
but
Oh,
I like Barbados or somewhere in the Caribbean.
Yeah, my mom and I were literally just talking. We were like, we gotta go to the Caribbean someday. And it's just like, yeah, that's
Really?
standard answer, but like everyone wants to go there. So
Yeah, I'm dying to get there. I just want to swim in that water that's like clear, like crystal clear, you know. I just want to
uh,
have that experience. I'm afraid of the water. Like I love the water and being on the ocean, like on the sandbar and listening to the waves and stuff. But like if I can't see the bottom, I'm like, ugh. So
yeah,
I got to experience that going into water that you can see to the bottom. That's
you
so
get to
cool.
enjoy it. Yeah, see them just sink.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, what is your favorite food?
Favorite food? It's probably sushi, but like I recently I discovered sushi bakes. Have you ever had a sushi bake?
No, I'm allergic to fish, sadly.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like basically it's salmon and imitation crab and cream cheese and mayo and like some spring onion and stuff, and you mix that together, and then you spread it over rice, and then you bake it in the oven, and it's just like this, and then you eat it with like seafood, or I'm sorry, seaweed,
Huh.
with nori, you know, and that's been my like recent like love. I gotta make that again soon because that's so good. It's become a family tradition of us eating it together. So
Right. You have one person to give a shout out to. Who is it?
definitely Jerome Briley. I've already mentioned them here.
Yeah.
Other than my family, because my family were just so inspirational to me starting music. They saw like potential in me before I even realized it myself. So family first, and then very close second because he is like family in my eyes. Jerome Briley. He's just been an amazing mentor, and just most of all, most importantly, he's just a genuinely nice human being, and I can't thank him enough. I'll never be able to. So,
All right. My final question. What's next for you?
um, just getting my music out there more, creating as much as possible, keeping myself not burning out because it is I'm working so much that I have to remind myself to, if I need to take time away, I need to take time away. And
Right.
usually I have my best ideas when I do that anyway. So, you know, it's like anything in art. I mean, you know yourself as an actor, like it's hard to, you can't force anything. You
Right.
got to
I
let
can't
things
force it.
happen, you know? So that's, yeah, just keep on working and promoting myself as much as I can.
All right. Well, I know you had something prepared for our viewers today, so I'm gonna shut up and stop asking questions and let you take it away.
Yes, I do. So this is one of the songs that I made with Jerome. It's called Swish,
Mhm.
and for anybody who has used date, it's about dating apps, and the kind of it's kind of poking fun at them, but also just the realities of them, and I just wanted to make a song that kind of expressed that those kind of frustrations, but also kind of humor in it all. So there you go. This is Swish. Here we go again. The quest for love seems like a dead end. At this point, I'll just take a friend. I guess I'm swishing right again. I say swish left, swish right. I know that it's tough and it's such a grind, but I have to take a chance cause you're such a fine. And who knows, maybe this will be my last time. Swish left, swish right every night. Seems like a waste of time. Am I right? Swish left, swish right every night. Seems like a waste of time. Am I right? OMG, they got back to me. They look so good. I can't believe I got a date on Friday night. I just can't wait for Friday night, date night. I'm really thinking that the apps and I are done. I'm really thinking this is gonna be the one. But their pics were 5 years old and it wasn't fun. Swish left, swish right every night. Seems like a waste of time. Am I right? Swish left, swish right every night. Seems like a waste of time. Am I right? every night seems like a waste of time. Am I right? Swish left, swish right, every night seems like a waste of time. Am I right? To the left, and right, to the left and right and left and left, to the right, to the left and right and left, to the left, and right, to the left and right and left, to the right, to the left and right and left.
Nice job. Woo. All righty.
There you
Thank you
go.
so much for being on the show today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Appreciate
Hey,
having you.
anytime. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me on the show. It's amazing. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Always a pleasure to talk to you as well. Hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Same here.